so he's out of the party just because.
Hello. Right. Hello and welcome to FORL GP3 Round 7 Germany. And last race was interesting. We had Tom Fuchs win from the front, from pole position basically. Some interesting battles going on. Major Harambe has got a race ban for his collision with Connor and with other drivers. And now Tom Fuchs is leading the championship, and Cloudy Penguin and NSX Legend are tied on points. So it's going to be a very interesting race, an important race between second place and the championship. Are you still there, Tom? Okay. Right. So looks like Bobby Ben might be the first one out. And Germany, what do you think about the track then, Tom?
Yeah, it's a great track. I mean, added to the calendar this year and had been in the calendar on previous years, and it's good to see it back on the calendar.
Apart from this is the first time in FORL will be racing at Germany. Unfortunately, we didn't do it in 2016, but yeah, it's a good track, and we've got what is it? France also debuting on the calendar this season in a few races time, so make sure you look out for that one. And who's that? I think FRT Bianchi is starting his qualifying lap now. It'll be interesting in the first turn. It's easy to cut, easy to get invalidated, and that's going to be definitely spin points for a lot of people, especially in the first corner. The hairpin is going to be one to watch from the first lap as well. There are going to be a lot of ambitious dive bombs and moves there. Let's hope nobody doesn't spin backwards, bump over a curb and fly out of the track.
Yeah, because pole round here is quite difficult to defend on the first lap, so yeah, you can get the extra point for pole, but you might lose the win on lap 1 if you get overtook. But yeah, the first person to do that will be Hazardbro, although another car just got interrupted. Sync, yep, on this lap. Much faster driver on that lap than me, clearly. So we'll cross the line for a 16.6, which instantly gets beaten by Cloudy Penguin. And set soft tyres at 12.9. Is respectable. She's then beaten by Bianchi at 12.7 softs.
Yes, Cloudy Penguin's one to watch this race, but Legend, oh my god, that is a good lap time to start off on. I'm just going to see what tyres they're on. Fitted, right, no, best, right. Legend was on the Ultras, whilst Bianchi's Cloudy Penguins were on the soft. And that's Vega slotted up into second. Pretty decent lap from him, and now I'm trying to see who's the next person going to go across the line. It's like Bonnet coming around. And Bonnet, it's not the best lap hit, and he's lost it there. That might be, no, he's gone second with a mistake. He can improve on that and possibly be fighting up there. And yeah, Bonnet
thousands in front of Mark.
yeah, that is a close gap, and Bonnet has recently switched from McLaren, been replaced by Wolfpack last race, but Bonnet is now going to be starting his first race in the Mercedes program alongside exit spoiler. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting lineup to see how they compare.
Absolutely, yeah, on board with Oval Dredd in the Ferrari. Going to start his lap on the soft tyres. What's the favourite strategy around here, Tom?
I think it might be the one stop. I'm not sure how tyre wear is here, but if tyre wear gets too high, you can definitely be spinning out some of the high-speed corners there, which you really don't want to happen, especially during the race, because you want to manage the tyres as well as possible. And skidding through turn 1 especially, you're going to waste a lot of tyre wear and you could get a few warnings and penalties maybe, so maybe the 2-stop some people might do, I'm not sure. You might want to be qualifying on the softs, but my favourite is.
Yeah, well, a lot of drivers opting for the soft tyres, so clearly they may not think the one-stop is doable starting on ultras, but Overjoy's coming to the line now to set his first lap. Or
that's a great first lap.
Yeah.
Is it blank?
So he'll be on for another one now, probably. But Sink, who got interrupted on his first lap by a slow, who was it? Hasbro. So he'll be going to set another lap now. Looks like he's on the soft tyre. Yes, he is. No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sink hasn't set a lap and Connor hasn't. Connor had some great pace, he's just been qualifying on the harder compound recently, which is why you've not seen him up in the top 5 so much, because he's been on the hardest tyre, and that is very interesting from Connor. He could get some interesting things done there, but I mean, he's got the pace to win a few races this season.
Yeah, I think a lot of drivers can win any race this season. The field is quite packed, and as you saw, anything is possible if you watch. You tuned in to Austria. Chloe was very impressive drive to do.
Last first. Won it on the last corner. On the last lap. Sounds like Brazil 2008. But we're not going to talk about that now.
Is that blocked?
Oh wait, it is! It's Glock! Oh no, it's Bonnet. Oh well, speaking about Bonnet, he is up there in P3 in his first race in Mercedes. Doing very well. I think he's going to be doing the one-stop by the look of it.
Sure. He's done that lap on the ultras, so it may be a stretch. Might have hurt, but it is fairly difficult to do the one-stop around here, starting on the ultras. But he might be better than me on managing the tyres.
Yeah, indeed, like Sink races. Where do you think he will place? Because he's definitely got testing.
Yeah, well, of course he's part of the Red Bull program and has shown some very good and consistent race throughout the season. Of course, I had the privilege of racing him last season, and he was one of the best of the division, so I wouldn't doubt him by no means.
Okay, so it looks like we have an unexpected retirement here from Connor, which means he'll be starting at the back of the field, so he can go on whatever tires he wants, and could be seeing a possible last to first.
Yes, we'll have to wait and see, especially with the strategy being a massive deal around Germany on this day.
Yes, and Syncrease is now on a lap, I believe, on the softs, so some interesting strategy playing there. I think no one selected the mediums, probably too disgusting to drive.
Or we had a glitch in which people selected the harder tyre allocation for the weekend and it didn't give it. That is an ongoing glitch at the moment.
Yes, they need to fix that because it's ruining strategy for races.
Absolutely, yeah.
So here we are with Syncrease coming through the final few corners, and there's traffic. Okay, let's hope it doesn't get caught up in that. Or are they on a lap? Can't tell. No, yeah, they're pissing and coming through the final corner.
Looks like it's been a lap.
Yeah, and it's 6th place, which is the second fastest soft time. Which is, yeah, that is good. Just behind his Red Bull team.
Be happy with that. Yeah, Red Bull looking strong.
Yeah, Cloudy Penguin in 7th as well. They're all pretty equal. 2/10 gap. And that Sync Reese is out. What's
Probably Ben. So maybe a collision involving them, or maybe they both manually
yeah, they
retired,
crashed in
or
the
it was.
straight or something.
Oh, really?
No. Yeah, because something's happened in the straight.
Yeah, I'll ride them with Chloe. She starts.
I think
lap.
That's Tortoise.
Tortoise, yeah. Sorry.
Oh.
You might be able to see it from this perspective. No, there's a bit of
The car's
to
gone
the
now.
left, but well, we'll stay on board with a Tortoise for his lap. I believe he's on the Ultra, so yeah. He's going to be qualifying on the Ultras if he improves on his current soft tyre time.
Yes, it will be Ben. Interesting person to possibly get a good lap time, but yeah, unfortunately, looks like he had the collision with Sync Races, which is restricted that.
Tortoise now come to the line. What time will he set? Will he improve?
Yep.
And
Up
he
to
does.
8. Only a few
But only
tenths
jumps
though.
his teammate. Yeah.
GP3 is a strange tier because it's the bottom tier and there's some people ready to go into GP2, but then there's some people that are way off the pace, which is why GP3 is interesting. So you've got basically two different classes of racing. You've got people that are 3 seconds off and tenths off the lead, so you can get some interesting stuff going on. It's close to GP2 and 1. And Tortoise looks like he's doing another lap. And Normsy has crashed, he's spun somehow in the straight line. That is an interesting thing to do. I don't get how he can do that.
I missed that.
Yeah, he just spun in a straight line somehow.
Well, we're on board with Penguin. He set it up on himself. Pretty respectable time. But he's now put on a set of Ultras, trying to get himself up the order.
Yeah, that could do a lot for him. I reckon he can get up to about 3rd place on his Ultras. He's been setting good low 1 minute 11 lap times, so maybe pole position, provisional pole.
Yeah, well, I believe the difference between two... Oh, there's Monzi's retired.
Yep, almost
yeah, the
crashed.
difference between the softs and the Ultras, I believe, is about 1 second. He has the capability of going to the 11th and possibly splitting the first and second, as he actually goes P3. Nearly, and I say nearly, just gets into the 11s. 12.004.
Yeah, very close. I mean, I think he might have made a few mistakes. It's not going to be his final run, is it? So, plenty of time. Plenty of time to go off the line lap. Could he get the pole position point? As Tom Forbes is not here today, which is a shame. So yeah, Wolfpack is he's on a lap at the moment. He looks like he's progressing a little bit over time, getting closer to the pack over time, and getting used to his wheel because he's not used to playing F1. Yeah, so he could be looking for points this race, his first, I think. I don't think he scored any last race. And now, Vega will just be starting the lap, and I don't think Toby's on the lap now. Or he might be. Yeah, it looks like he's completed another lap, and he's run very wide, and that's going to be invalidated. But you go, it's on a lap now.
on board with Wolfpack as he crosses the line. Will he improve? He does by 2/10 and jumps Hasbro. So up to
That is
12.
good time there. Very good time on the soft. Oh, he's on the soft, I didn't see that. And there's
one McLaren at the top and one McLaren at the bottom.
Yeah. So I'm having a problem with my Xbox at the moment, it's lagging quite a lot. But there's Mark Vega coming into the last sector now, and it looks like he's up in his time by quite a bit. Could it be provisional pole here? That'd be a great thing to see from Vega, provisional pole. It is possible, he's got the pace, he can do it, this lap looks very clean. He's running on the RS, that could be a problem. I'm not sure whether he will be able to do another lap, but coming through the final corner, looks clean, looks all good. And no, it's not gonna, he's down this time. Gonna have to save the RS for another lap.
Well, Legend is about to start the lap, I believe. Will he be able to improve on his current best time? We'll have to wait and see. As he crosses the line now, he starts his final, most likely final
It's
lap.
validated.
However, yeah, most likely invalidated there. Backed out of that. So he won't be improving.
Bonnet starting his lap.
Yeah, Bonnet in the Mercedes is about to come to the line to start his final lap.
Oh no, I'm confused.
No.
No, it says that he was 1 millisecond off his personal best. Don't know what happened there, but...
Oh, the Mercedes driver coming to the end of sector 1, into sector 2, into the very long, high-speed straight. Braking for the hairpin.
Yeah, here he comes through the... This is a tricky corner coming up here. You don't want to take too much curb, but you want to take the curb. Run out wide, and you're going to use this one to flick it through. Should be able to take it flat. Bonnet doesn't quite. And going to the next turn, you want to shift down one and be straight back on the throttle. It's a bit messy there from Bonnet, but I think he might be able to do a good lap here still. And
Tortoise just went 5th with the 12.4. That's
that was a good time there. Very good stuff. And Bonnet's going to go on the final corner. No, it's not going to be good enough.
No,
and the Legend crashed! I went on board and we had a massive crash. So yeah, Legend has got pole, unless Bonnet's going to do a lap now. He can do it if he wants to. He might run out of the RS.
Well, he doesn't have too much DRS, yeah, so...
He can still improve.
And change...
Yeah, and to rest on that strong country. Guten Tag and Wunderbar for this race.
They're completely different words.
But anyway, Bonnet is on his Schnell lap, and all that is...
2/10 down going to the final sector, so yeah, he's
given up.
So there we have it. That is the end of qualifying.
And your pole man is NSX Legend. Will he regain his title lead as Tom is absent? So it will be interesting to see where Legend finishes, and it could where Cloudy Penguin is as well, because Cloudy Penguin's famous words before this race: "Germany, I'm going to win that one." So maybe we could see a victory from Cloudy Penguin.
We could see multiple drivers jump into number 1 from the championship stand. I believe Synchry says if he is able to win this race, he will be able to jump Tom. So, and him will be on the favourite. Yes, he's down in P8, but if he keeps it clean in the early laps, he may be through the end of the race.
So you've got Connor at the back. Have Brady behind him. I wonder how he keeps getting penalties for some reason, good penalties, I don't know why. But, yeah, so Connor, starting at the back, he could possibly do well. And, yes. Tom, I'm going to have to go in a minute, but I will commentate the first few laps, don't worry. Mighty Dylan has joined the lobby. So here people are selecting their strategies and thinking whether it's the 1 or 2 stop. I'm not sure which one will be the best one, but today's going to be an interesting race. Wonder how turn 1 will be, because that's going to be a big thing. I mean, if people at the front mess up at turn 1, there's always a high risk and possibility of crashing with 34 laps today. And I didn't realise there was actually going to be that many. That is a lot of laps, but quite a short track here, 1 minute 10s. So yeah, here comes Legend leading the formation lap.
So if I quickly run through the order, we have NSX Legend in the McLaren number 95 starting P1, followed by Bonnet, who wasn't too far off his pole time, sitting in P2 in the Mercedes. P3, Cloudy Penguin, who believes he has the potential to win the race in the Toro Rosso. P4 we have March in the Williams. P5 Tortoise in the Force India, who set a very impressive lap late in the session to jump up the order. Bobby Bent in the Renault P6. FRT Bianchi in the Red Bull P7, followed by his teammate Segrises in P8. P9 is Chloe in the Force India, and then Laura Normsey rounds out the top 10 for Haas. P11 will be Oval Dread in the Ferrari, followed by the McLaren driver of Wolfpack. Behind him will be Connor, who failed to set a lap due to retiring, P13. And then Hasbro in the Williams and Raging Line in the Salvo rounds out the group.
So yes, it's okay. Thanks. I have to go shortly afterwards, but I will be back, don't worry. And I'm sure Tom will do a great job. And here comes Legend.
I'll do my best.
Slotting, going through the cars like his hacks, and going into the grid slot to start the race. Right, this is going to be a very interesting race here. 15 cars at a brand new circuit for FORL, and it's 2, 3, 4, and 5 ring Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and it's lights out, and away we go. And it looks like Legend's got a good start. Bacon, he can start possibly 2-1. First corner, but it completely cuts out. And that's Cloudy Penguin, he's crashed in the first corner. And anyway, back at the front now. But it's gone down the inside of NSX Legends. And there's Vega tussling behind him, Tortoise. And that's NSX Legend are just about ready to maintain the lead. Now, Bullet is going to be in that slipstream now in his overtake mode. Will we see a dive bomb into the first turn? This could be absolutely amazing stuff. Legend's gone to the inside to defend, and Bullet's looking to the outside. It's a slight bit of contact there, and ooh, Bonnet has just kept it a little bit there. But just saying the position changes. Let's have a look at position changes quickly. Vegas gained 1, Tortoise gained 1, Bobby Bear gained 1, Chloe's gained 3, and Richmond's gained 6. So yeah, very action-packed first lap there.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, we've got one retiree so far, Cloudy Penguin, who looked pretty strong going into the race after qualifying, and believe he had the pace for the win. So it's disappointing for him. Also, Morrison seems to have tangled up somewhere as he is 5 seconds adrift from the rest of the grid, but fairly clean start from the rest of the field.
So yeah, I'm going to have to go now. I'm going to complete them out. I'll be back soon.
Okay, so we'll have to put up with my commentary for a while as Tom's gone for his dinner. So as Connor over to Hazard, who's been there in turn 1, with turn 1 being a very difficult corner around Germany, so I'm not surprised by that in the slightest. First of many victims, but Legend comfortably lost it briefly, in the first few laps, but as we've got some battling in the mid-pack, two Red Bulls very close to one another, as well as Chloe in P6, who's made a pretty decent start. So Priestess going for a move into the corner and to the inside. Will he be able to hold it around the outside for the next corner? He does. Very good move there. Great driving. Oh, as Bianchi, Bianchi's got related issues. Chloe has actually binned it, gone very wide there. Fairly safe rejoin there, so that's okay. Yeah, the two Red Bulls, the closest drivers on track at the moment, because you can see the tyres everyone started on, top 5 on ultras, and most of everyone else bar Chloe and Over Dread on soft. They'll be going for the one stop as well as Over Dread with the 10th behind Wolfpack in the mediums. Wolfpack goes right, so Wolfpack goes wide at turn 1, which allows Over Dread low. So he goes up to P11. It's Legend now with a 1.2 second gap, so he's made the gap to get Bonnet out of his DRS, which is a very good job there. Bobby Ben gaining on Tortoise with that 5/10. Just interestingly, the likes of St. Breezes and FORL and Bianchi, the two Red Bulls, as well as Rachel Lion on the softs. They're all on the softs, and with them being able to stick with the ultras is very good stuff by them, and will help them in the long run due to their favoured strategy. I missed it somewhere, but Wolfpack has got back. He's coming back to the Wolfpack to go move, thinks better of it. Into the stadium section. Runs a bit wide. Of course, you see drivers there, like Bianchi's got a time penalty, and it's very easy to get a time penalty when Germany. Turn 1 is very difficult to stay clean, but the Red Bulls looking strong, gaining on the ultra soft runners. St. Priest is now 2/10 drift from the runner driver, will be lining up a move as he is. Ooh, interesting line there. Really nice to get past Bobby. As somewhere Over Dread and Normsy have the tie. That's not good stuff for them. Perhaps an incident between the Wolfpack and Over Dread there. Or Tortoise having the agency issues, that's not good. Nearly caused a collision there. As Bianchi go for a move on his teammate, taking advantage of the latency. And Sickness has dropped down to P7. As Bobby Ben now pits, so perhaps pick up some wind damage. All the ultras are dying off already, and of course the ultras last really quickly around here, so those ones these softs help a lot. And Bonnet is retired. He's binned it at turn 1. So there you have it. Wow, Bonnet, the Mercedes driver, is out of his first race and debut for GP3 this season. Unfortunate there, but St. Priestess now has got past FORL Tortoise, as has his teammate. He still has latency issues, so hopefully that is sorted soon. Otherwise, St. Priestess could lose his front win, which is definitely not ideal. Good old St. Priestess. As Bianchi allows St. Pass, so maybe some communication there. Maybe Bianchi is aware of his latency issues and thought for the team it was better to allow him by. But Legend, the race leader on the ultras, is coming into the pits off his ultras. Of course, the tires are dying out really quickly, so the soft is definitely the way to go, and it's very good for the Red Bulls at the moment. We got 2 seconds to mark in front on ultras, who will be pitting. So technically, that will be a free pit stop, and those who are pitting off the ultras will most likely not be able to go to the end. so they'll have to do the 2-stop. Bobby Ben coming to the back of Woodpack, and of course Bobby Ben has pitted, Woodpack hasn't. Bobby Ben easily passes the McLaren driver, who actually brakes later and perhaps thinks about going back at him, but no, nothing made of it. But he's really close on exit. He might think to move into the next corner, but no. Mark, will he be coming into the pits? He certainly does. We stretch those ultras pretty long way, so good stuff there by him, as he isn't aware of whether the pit actually starts. So the two Rebels are now into the lead, and let's just have a look at the stops at first. So the ultra soft runners, Legend, Mark, Bobby Ben and Tortoise is all pit off of them ultras, so they've done a pit stop, the rest haven't. But as you can see there, big gains from many of the drivers. Of course, Simply says up 7 positions, so great stuff in by him. Of course, being on the soft, very well done by him. After FRT Bianchi, 5 positions gain, very good stuff, and he does seem to be the quicker driver, but due to his latency, him staying in front of the loop isn't a good, or staying in front of Simply, sorry, isn't a good idea. Connor, 10 positions gain, racing line 11, so great stuff there by them lot. The tyres, those who are pitted have gone on to it. Legend and Bobby and Mark have all gone on to the soft, but Tortoise has gone to the mediums. So will he be able to stretch his mediums 30 odd laps? Well, Rachel Ryan now coming up to the back of Connor, who is also getting caught by Legend behind on a very fresh set of softs, so he'll be very quick at the moment, and there's got a great exit out of that corner. Will he be able to line up and move into the hairpin? It looks Raging Lion is making the move, pull alongside, and he's gotten the position. And Legend, ooh, Legend thinks about it. Ooh, interesting stuff there. Connor has a very aggressive move, and it doesn't pay off for him, and loses the position to Legend. Will Legend be able to get past Lion as well on those fresh softs? Yes, he will. Great move there by the McLaren driver. Now Legend, 9 seconds adrift from the leaders, and they'll all have to make another pit stop, so we'll be able to gain the 9 seconds on fresh soft. We'll have to wait and see. If you do enjoy the broadcast of this GP3 race, be sure to check out the GP2 race, in which I will be participating in at 7 BST or GMT, which tonight, which will be held right after this one. So stay tuned for that. Bianchi though, very close to Sint, and looks as if to be making a move again. But the question is, how is his latency? Yeah, latency isn't great at all. Oh, Sint thinks about it. Bianchi's past him. It doesn't seem as if his latency is as bad as it was. It's nice. So the Red Bull's looking very strong at the moment. Let's just have a look at the gap to the leader. So yeah, it looks like Legend is gaining on the two Red Bulls, and of course them being so close is slowing them down. Be one above the other, but as Chloe gets a 3-second time penalty. Lion also gets a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. Of course, tomorrow at, I believe, 7 p.m. BST, there will be GP1 live streamed on this channel on YouTube. So be sure to check in for that, as well as Mark gets past Connor down the main straight. But we're trying to be able to come back at him. But yeah, GP1, a lot of quick drivers in there, so it'll be very competitive and very good team racing. GP1, do be sure to check it out. Simply says picks up a 3-second time penalty. He's actually got past Bianchi again, so that's interesting. As Tim Bruce has decided to come into the pits after 10 laps on the softs. He had pitted already, so wow, that's interesting stuff there. And he'll be going onto his mediums. So will they be able to go 23 laps on the mediums? We'll have to wait and see. Comes out in a respectable P7. So he's gained one place on his starting position and has quite a lot of traffic in front of him, so hopefully that doesn't slow him down too much. As Bobby Benn's throws some passes to Connor, and they can go move up the inside into the hairpin. And does he get the move done? Connor goes wide, gets the 3-second time penalty because of it, but he's still side by side. We'll go for a movement now, I think's better of it. Another battle line up between the podium, between Mark and Lion. Gap 2 tenths between the Sauber and Williams driver. As Bianchi has put off of his softs onto a set of mediums as well, so now we'll simply be able to have undercuts him. And in fact, he hasn't, he's been overcut. The Sync has to run and warm tyres. He'll be able to move up, and wow, just look at that grip the Sync has compared to... Yeah, and there's a collision. There's a collision. Bianchi's out. Oh no, the two Red Bulls are tangled up. Bianchi is out of this race, and Sync may have wind damage as well, so that is very unfortunate there for Red Bull and the Red Bull program. Very unfortunate. Two race winner contenders tangled up with one another, leaving one completely out of there and one with a much slimmer chance. As Raging Lion has gone off, so well, and hang on, Mark as well has gone off as well, so what's happened now? Not too sure, because the line stays out, so he may have wind damage. GP3 says also stays out, so he might not have wind damage himself, which is good news, but also puts up another time penalty. A lot of drivers struggling with time penalties at the moment, but yeah, Legend looking comfortable at the moment with a 8-second lead. GP3 says now coming to the back of Raging Lion, who's done an impressive 13 laps on the softs that he started the race on, so wow, good stuff there. But the grip that Sink has compared to the Sauber is a lot better. Will he line up the move? Nope, it's too far back for now. We'll have to wait till another opportunity opens up. Well, the place is now getting very close to Rooftop. Rooftop just starts that guy. Rooftop may have a problem. I think he might have wind damage. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he does, on his right hand side of the car. Unlucky stuff there. The time gap to Legend is actually coming down. Bobby Ben is catching Legend as Simply says goes for a move on Raging Lion and gets the job done, but will Raging Lion be able to come back at him in the straight? Well, DRS is open, got the slipstream. He's got his DRS mode pretty high and gets back at him. Also, Brees has tried cut anything out of the corner. No, he doesn't have to run. Very close though, looks for a move. He's actually gone alongside. 5 seconds behind him, but no, nothing of it yet.
St. Christus is, yeah, he's lost out there. I think almost immediately. Yeah, he's not performing very well on those. However, Raging Lion, he's on 14 lap old soft, so I'm slightly surprised. Well, I think Raging might be pushing a bit more, but he's come a long way on those tyres, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
And that's a time penalty.
Yep. Oh, as I've
not going to be good.
I fully just pressed something on the TV on me, and so I can't see what I'm doing.
And right, okay, so St. Christus is fought back him into turn 1. Now they're going side by side. This is absolutely crazy. You're going around the outside of turn 2 now. Slight contact, and I think he's got ahead. And now, I don't know who's going to get the DRS. Yep, it is going to be Raging that gets the DRS. And now he's going to look to the outside now. He's almost fully past him before the turn has come. But I think he's still going to go down the inside, and that's just crazy stuff there. Crazy clean battling. And Bobby Ben will be running away a little bit whilst these two fight at each other. And oh, that's a crazy move there. That is a mad move there, but what's it? Stinker's just got the cutback and there's a lapse car up ahead. Let's hope he doesn't get in the way, because this is a phenomenal battle. You're not surely not going to go, why are they taking crazy places? This is just phenomenal stuff, and there's a lapse car there as a rope. Hopefully he gets out of the way. Don't him messing up this battle.
This definitely doesn't help him land.
Yeah, he did.
He actually comes into the switch.
I think that's a good decision there.
Says. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was a good decision battling Simply says. I think they were in their own separate race, and he lost a lot of time there, losing Simply says a lot of time himself. Yeah, let's just have a look at the gap to the leader. So Legend has a 20-second gap over Sink. Of course, Sink going to the end of the race. Legend will have to pit again. So come back out in front of Sink as okay. Has a fully returned to the back of Sink reset there.
Well, I think fine. He got damaged to lose time.
No, but well, he lost a few tenths, I'd say.
Not much. So
I don't know what Hasbro was doing there. He just broke really late and went
lost it. I said Connor is on the ultras actually. Down in P5, you're gonna have to do 2 runs or maybe even. You're gonna have to do this one and another, maybe even another one if you're gonna do it on the ultras.
Yeah, we're going for fastest lap, and apparently he does hold that fastest lap, so if I'm gonna get an extra point, maybe. Then again, maybe these points we should have him pit more in the race. And of course, Chloe maybe going to the end of the race on the racing line will definitely go to the end.
And now, Legend, he's just storming away. So unfortunately Cloudy Penguin has crashed, and it looks like Bonnet has had a bit of a crash as well. I take it that was in the 4th lap or something, because he'd only done 4 laps in his tyres.
It must have been on lap 5, he would have completed 4 laps, and on lap 5 at turn 1, he just binned it.
Just like Cloudy Penguin, and like Cloudy Penguin, he unfortunately got in a bit of contact for the first corner, and he retired after saying he thinks he's really got a good shot at this race, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, of course we have 5 retirees so far, so if everyone finishes in the top 10, they'll all be scoring points. So I think with drivers such as Hasbro, if he just keeps it clean the rest of the race, he's bagging the point, so he'll be happy with that, especially starting when he start lower to the back of the grid. Yeah, so he's not at 4th position, so it's not bad. Of course, the bid gainers will be Rachel Line. He's moved up 9 positions, which is amazing stuff, and him being on fresh tyres as well, he'll just be gaining on drivers such as Chloe and Tortoise, and he may jump, he might even have a chance for podium long shot.
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible here. There's GP3, it's known for some pretty crazy stuff, so the top 3 you're seeing now may not be in the top 3 at the end of the race. They've got another 14 laps to go, and people on different strategies. This race has just got strategies flying everywhere. Definitely a good one to watch at the moment. Very interesting. The people up at the front are going to have to pit soon. Will be Ben and Legend. That's going to leave Sink in the lead. He's actually in the net lead, isn't he? And they've all stopped on.
I'm not too sure how the pit stops around here.
Yeah, I'd say just short, just like 25 seconds-ish, probably.
Tortoise is coming to the pits, which is very interesting considering he was on the mediums. He may have been able to go to the end. But on a set of soft. One thing I would like to know is how many penalties everyone has. So, do you mind checking the race director for me?
Yeah, I'll check that in 1 second. Just messaging someone. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Rachel Line already passed Chloe. The gap was 2 seconds a minute going as Chloe left the session. So that's a shame. Yeah, drop her an invite.
I will. Don't mind doing that now.
One thing I would like, so Legend stayed out for another lap. Bobby Ben, will he be staying out? He does as well. So going long on this stint and going shorter on the next. Not too sure why it says.
It's because she's left the session, the game doesn't know how to cope.
Yeah, that would be the case.
So yeah, I just need to invite Chloe back now. And
Hasbro's retired, so we were just saying if all the drivers in the top, if any of the drivers that were still remaining finished, they would have scored points, but Hasbro clearly made a mistake which cost him it sincerely.
Yes, and Chloe's definitely lagged him. She's going to lose a lot of time for that. Unfortunately. And Connor's in the pits now, so
He'll be going to the end.
Yep. Wait, is he on the he's on softs. Yeah, he'll make it to the end. So, yeah, I wonder when Legend and Bobby Ben are going to pick, so I think that's going to be pretty short. Bobby Ben's in the pits now.
Yep, Bobby Ben's in the pits.
It'd be interesting to see where he places. Probably P4? No, just ahead.
Will jump Bobby. And Raging Lion, I don't think will be close enough.
No, I don't think. Yeah, no, Raging Lion's too far off. The pit lane is pretty small, isn't it, at this circuit? Like,
yeah,
say 20
smaller
seconds.
than most. I'm not too sure. But yeah, as I was saying, can you have a look at the race director? Can you have a look at the race director to
yes.
who has what penalties?
So Legend has a 3-second time penalty. Sync has a 6-second time penalty. Bobby Ben has a 3 seconds. Raging Lion has a 6 second. Tortoise has a 6 second. Vega has 3 seconds.
Legend comes into the pits, so now
this
24 seconds to Sin. Will Sin be able to overtake Legend?
In his pit box, they've got to get a clean pit stop. And he's been held up! What's happened there? Oh no, that's just lag. It's just lag from what's going on.
Legend
and he's got out ahead.
In first, so wow.
That is good
definitely
start.
Legends to lose now. So the pit stop round here must be like 17 seconds or something like that then.
Yeah.
So that was 24 and that's 7, so wow.
Yeah, so not a very long pit at all here. Make note of that in GP2. Yeah, so...
I just noticed, I don't know what's happened, but Mark's got no front wing whatsoever.
oh yeah.
So I'm not too sure what happened there.
You're gonna have to box.
He's gonna have to, yeah. And so Chloe, who's actually now recording the session, also comes into the pit.
So yeah, maybe they both have damage. So, I mean, it's a pit actually. And, well, Vegas was that, and that's the Wolfpack's getting 2 places now, but I think Chloe can possibly catch Wolfpack back up, and maybe even Connor, because he's been making a few mistakes. I'm not sure, but possibly Connor actually, so anything can happen.
Yeah, anything indeed.
So 10 laps to go now in this Grand Prix, and yep, we've got N6 Legend leading. The time penalty, well, Stinker's got 6 seconds worth.
So technically the gap is 8.4 like it says on track, as they have the exact same amount of penalties. How many did Bobby Ben have, did you say?
Bobby Ben has 3, I think, so he's currently in P2, but he's going to be overtaking Stink sooner than later.
Oh yeah, so if he doesn't get any more penalties, he has a good chance of getting P2 in this race.
And that's a lagged out. Was that Chloe? Jeez. Don't know what's happened there. I don't think she's been able to get back in the car.
That's a shame. Well, not many battles out on track at the moment. Of course, Mark passing the absent Chloe plays. Closest battle right now is Tortoise and Raging Lion. Of course, Tortoise being on fresh softers. I think Reese gets another time penalty. So Bobby
that
Ben
is not good.
Bobby Ben is looking difficult at the moment.
Yeah, did you say GP3 would be far more competitive this season?
What's that, sorry?
What do you think GP3 is this season?
Well, a lot of the drivers that are in this division this season wasn't in last season. I can't remember competitive GP3 with last season.
You're
I
at the
don't think
front.
it would be right to say just because I was always at the, well, yeah, I was always at the front, basically. So
You're a champion for GP3, maybe a possible contender for GP2. Is to deliver those results over Minty.
yeah,
Tune
and
in,
sort my
tune
act
in
out.
that 7 PM with your commentator George Whitehouse. So very interesting stuff. GP2. It's the mental tier. There's not many. Well, there's a decent amount of people in it, and it's all close racing. So you gotta keep your eye on it.
Yeah, very competitive. But going back to GP3 now, Bobby Ben gained a lot on St. Lucia. I think St. Lucia made a mistake somewhere, but he's right on the back of him now. I'm sure he will be able to move down into the hairpin.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby just got the DRS, so it seems to be pushed in overtake mode. So yeah, there's a DRS is definitely DRS and slipstream's a good thing here, and Bobby Ben's wheeling behind him, darting for position there. I mean, he's literally. Oh, there's rain.
Was that rain?
It's raining.
That was rain.
So maybe Bobby Ben has messed up the strategy, and so is the legend. But it depends how hard and how quick this rain will hit. This is crazy stuff. This could mix up the whole field. You see. I wonder if there's going to be any showers in GP2, because I think that's actually been pretty clear. And that's got a good run there. You see those grips on those softs, and I mean the softs and the ultras. They're going to have the better grip in the colder, wetter conditions of the mediums who need heat. So yeah, you might see Stink on his 14-lap-old medium slide around a bit because he might not be able to get the temperatures in, which will definitely be a problem. As they both from right, Bobby Ben has another time penalty, but he's got a good run now. I don't think that was worth the run, and it's not worked. I'll wait until the straight personally, because there's not really any way they can get back past you.
Yeah, he thought better of it. As Tortoise, he's got past Racing Lion.
Yeah, that's what's happened to Lion there. I think he might have had a mistake.
Somewhere. Yeah. But yeah, Ben just pushing Sink at the moment, having much fresher tyres, but yeah, the rain coming. It looks quite light at the moment. But question is, will it go to intermediate conditions?
Yeah, I mean, last week FORL GP1, people were 5 laps too early for the Eaters because it was just really hard to tell. But here's Bobby Ben down the inside at a very strange pace. He hasn't been it like Vettel, which is a good sign. And yeah, Bobby's just going to get a grip there. Stink's put up a really good battle, but I think Stink has been clever here and actually decided to do the better strategy. I don't think people anticipated the rain to be coming this early. Stink has been doing some good job behind the Red Bull doors.
Interesting you say that, Mr. Red Bull owner.
What?
Red Bull program owner.
Yeah, Mr. GP2 Red Bull driver. I'm joking, equal status.
Moving on.
Before we get erupted.
Yeah, so Bobby Ben making a big gap up already to St. Lucia. Legend with a comfortable gap to Bobby, 15 seconds, so he should be safe if he gets the strategic ball wrong, if he's wet, tricky conditions. As his teammate, he's spun it.
Yeah, he spun. The problem for Vega coming through. Vega could actually make some position out of this. And Wolfpack is struggling with his mediums. I mean, Vega's on the better compound for this condition, but they're going to be even more worn, and you can see they're struggling for position there, and he's got past with ease.
Interestingly, the gap coming down, Bobby Ben's gained a second on Legend this lap alone somehow, so he's flying at the moment. Legend clearly struggling in these conditions. I think Wolfpack might have another go at Mark. No.
Well, it's the straight, so.
I think, again, another penalty.
He's not doing very well for this. I mean, Tortoise, oh no, he's just got a penalty himself, I mean, Tortoise has done well this race. The first race I think he really flowing, so very, very good stuff from the Force India. I mean, Force India. Oh, actually, I've just noticed this now. The top 5 different programs. You've got McLaren, Renault, Red Bull, Force India, and Sauber. So, McLaren program, Renault program, Red Bull program, Mercedes program, Ferrari program now in the top 5, which is crazy. There's Tom, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh. Right, okay, no problem, right. Connor, on the better tyres for these conditions, is catching Raging Lion here. We can see another swap for position. I don't know if people are going to pit. He's made a mistake. He's made a mistake, and that's cost him a load of time there. And Wolfpack and Vega, I was talking about Connor, yeah, but Wolfpack and Vega are having another go. Wolfpack, I think he sets up his favour in the straights because he is catching Vega off a lot, and it looks like he's losing a ton of grip in the corners. And he's going for the outside. Oh, that was a great move. I think maybe Vega is struggling with tyre wear more than anything now. And I'm going to switch over to Connor because he's on the straight now with Raging Lion. And yeah, this could be a move done here for Connor up to 5th place possibly. To shatters Red Bull, so Ferrari program's hopes in today's race. And I don't know if he's going to go for a dive, peaking 200 miles an hour. Oh, that was very close. Doesn't get on the throttle quick enough. But Raging Lion's running in a higher mode, so that maybe is helping him a bit more. And he's not going to do a Wolfpack dive, he almost did. And yeah, very hungry for position.
I don't know about you, Tom,
I don't know.
but I don't think the interior conditions will come in time. As
yeah, and he's got a move there.
Yeah, lovely move.
Raging Lion just slid. He just slid through the turn, and Connor got a lovely, just slipped through there. And yeah, I don't think the inters are actually going to come. You know, like DRS might get disabled in the last few laps, but I'm not sure anyone's going to actually want to pit for them. Yeah, I know, but you know, that'll be like penultimate last lap. So yeah. Yeah, now everyone's just spreading out a bit, and Bobby Ben I think has lost time, so legend. He's definitely dominated this race. He deserves the win as of so far. He did a great job there. So going on to the 32nd of 34 laps.
Just ride on board with him for a minute to see how tricky the conditions are looking. Clearly not taking the corners at the same amount of speed you would in the zero.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but Vega has actually opted for the inters.
Yeah,
it's just the correct choice. We'll have to see whether this is a good decision and DRS will get disabled. But all I want to say as well is look at St. Reese's 20 laps on his mediums.
Yeah.
He could possibly get a puncture, which will throw everything up in the air. And it will be unfortunate, especially after the drama in Austria GP1.
Yeah, we saw it in Austria, we can see it again in
punctures. Yeah, it was in wet conditions like this as well, so yeah, anything can happen. And Wolfpack, unlap himself.
Let's have a look at how Miles is doing. So, going to the hairpin.
There's no grip.
I don't think it's just yet.
Have a look through some more corners.
I want to, but the red glitch is a bit annoying.
Oh, and that's Connor spun.
Oh, okay.
Maybe this was a good choice, but I don't think people are going to pit. I think some people might, but I don't see the point. Sink could possibly try and get away with it. But
yeah, I think that would be a good 2%. I think Sink should pit. in my opinion.
Think should, yeah, but we'll have to wait and see.
Madeira. Oh no, he doesn't.
He's definitely
He has
preserving
nothing
his
to
tyres.
lose, so I would have put. Torto is struggling. He's just in gravel, so he might consider pit, especially with a 16-second gap to line. Will he pit? No, he doesn't. But looks like they're all staying out. Which of course
So yeah,
adds
maybe we
a
could see
lot of
punches.
risk. Yeah, a lot of risk.
Vega's made the right choice. I think he's gonna catch fourth pack,
Yeah,
but it's not gonna really make much difference.
Was nothing. Out on he pit, and now he's already gained 10 seconds. So I think Mark perfect lap to pit.
I'm currently looking at Sync here. It'd be amazing if he can pull off 22 laps. He's struggling a load. Can't begin to say how much he's struggling, but Torch isn't doing much better because there are wrong tyres he's on. So he's safe here, just conserve. Not going to lose too much time out of this.
Oh wow, in sector 3 you can just see the intermediates are such a good tyre to use, and as to this contact, Wolfpack and Mark have been an incident.
Into the gravel.
Into the gravel doors, both of them. Spears may have to have a look at that
So that's
one.
not
Wolfpack
good.
look to be in the wrong.
And they're Sync taking it very cautious through the first. Sync taking it very cautious through the. Alex Connor's caught Raging Lion actually. He's caught up a load, and this is the penultimate lap here for them.
But I believe Connor has a lot of penalties, so I think Raging Lion might be alright anyway. They have one more lap.
He's got it done.
He does for now, but we'll keep that due to penalties. But Legend now into the final sector of the last lap. Very dominant race from the round over. Picked up an impressive P1 in qualifying and has pretty much led the entire race.
So NSX Legend here, coming around the penultimate corner, he's lost it. Come on, don't retire now, mate. You're gonna win the race. Final corner, has he got a puncture? And NSX Legend dominates and wins the German Grand Prix. That's great stuff from him there. I'm keeping an eye on Sync races, trying to at the same time, but Bobby Ben. Raging Lion gets back, he's battling in the background. You'll have to look at that real quick.
Yeah, Bobby Ben crossing the line now, finishing P2, so he'll be very happy with that. Getting in full position. Yeah, the gap.
And Sync races survives really a puncture.
Close. Yeah, great stuff by Sync races. They'll be happy with that. Getting 5 positions from where he started.
I'm going to be looking at the battle now between, this is basically a dry tyres wet track challenge now. It's just crazy stuff. And they're going to slide through this corner like that.
Oh, Saba's messed up. Saba's messed up. It might allow them to have a go. He's surely going to have a go.
Go for a dive.
Oh, he doesn't. Saba tries to go offensive. Goes wide and allows Connor to get side by side with him. And side by side in this condition is not going to work. Connor edges him. We're going to make a mistake. If he keeps it clean, he'll stay in front. So Connor wins on track. Will he win? Due to penalties, I don't think so. I think Raging Lion will jump him. And indeed he does.
So yeah, I don't think we're going to have time for the interviews, unfortunately. Because it's basically GP2 time already.
Yeah.
And,
but yeah, that was your German Grand Prix. Hope you all enjoyed. Tune in for GP2, which will be starting very shortly. Keep your eyes up for that. So yeah, we do hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you later.
Yeah, right, see you for the next round. Make sure to stay tuned. Actually, I'll leave the results up for a bit. There we go.